Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting from South Jackson, Tennessee, and ready to share with you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. Boy, we had a cold, cloudy day today. There's even a few snow flurries reported by some of my Facebook friends in northern portions of Jackson and on Twitter as well, but I didn't see any here in Bemis. That didn't mean it didn't fall, I just slept through it. And I think even the airport reported unknown precipitation, as they phrased it, right around 11 o'clock a.m. and noon hours. But again, I didn't see any here, but I did get some rainfall that I'll tell you that about momentarily. Let me go ahead and start off with the climate data, and I do have something new for you tonight. I think you'll like the new forecast maps I have for you. It'll be courtesy of the Weather Channel. I'll show you that a little bit as well. I start off with the climate data like I always do. As of 6 p.m., I'm running a little late, but that's the way it happens sometimes, but better late than never. As of 6 p.m., the skies were cloudy. It still is here in the Bemis area. The temperature at that time was 33 degrees, and as of 8:24 p.m., it's down to 31 degrees right now in the Bemis area, so it is below freezing right now in the Bemis area. Alright, the wind chill as of 6 p.m. was 33 degrees. I'm sorry, 23 degrees. Yes, it was really chilly out there so far this evening. The dew point was 27 degrees at 6 p.m. The humidity was at 78%. The wind was out of the north at 14 miles per hour, gusting to 28 miles per hour. And by the way, that is the highest wind gust for today, and that occurred at 6 p.m. out of the north. And the barometric pressure was 30.10 inches of mercury. Alrighty, the low temperature today, like I mentioned, is currently, well, as of 6 o'clock, it was 33 degrees. I'll get it straight in a minute. 33 degrees as of 6 o'clock, and as of 8:25 p.m., the low has been 31 degrees. It probably will be around 27 or 28 around midnight. But more about that when it gets to midnight. Alright, today's high occurred at midnight last night. 41 degrees was the high temperature today, and occurred at 12:01 a.m. Last night. And most of the daylight hours, the temperature was hovering around 38 degrees, especially from about 9 a.m. on. The temperatures hovered around the upper 30s and started going down during the afternoon to the 31 degrees now. And of course, the wind chills has been pretty chilly most of the day as well. Speaking of that, the coldest wind chill would be 23 degrees, and that occurred at 1, 4, and 6 p.m. so far. Alright, rainfall. I did get a little bit of rainfall, whether I got any snow or not. I laugh a little about that. I'm just really joking around. Some people said they had some and reported some in northern parts of Jackson. So be it. I appreciate those reports, by the way, that you do pass along. If you have any, by the way, from your area that you'd like to leave as a comment on the video, feel free to do so. And I'll try to remember to mention that tomorrow night on the video, if you'd like to share that from your area. Alright, from here, just rain mainly. 62 hundredths of an inch, matter of fact, fell in the Bemis area since midnight last night. Alright, the lowest relative humidity today was 78%, and it occurred at 6 p.m. The highest would be 97%, and that occurred at 6 and 7 a.m. The lowest dew point temperature would be 27 degrees, and that occurred at 6 p.m., while the highest was 37 degrees, and that occurred at 3 through 7 a.m. This morning. Lowest barometric pressure was 30.00. That occurred at 6 and 7 a.m., while the highest would be 30.12, and that occurred at 12 a.m. Once again, the highest wind gust today, north at 28 miles per hour, and that occurred at really 5:53 p.m., the technical time on that one. Alright, records for today, March the 3rd. Hottest high, 80 degrees in 1976. Wouldn't that feel wonderful right now? Well, this time of the month. It happened back in 1976, though. 30 degrees would be the coldest high in 2014. The warmest low would be 65 in 1976, while the coldest low would be 9 in 1980. Today's rainfall record, a pretty good amount, actually fell 3.21 inches, and that happened in 2008. The snowfall record would be 1 inch, and that fell in 1968 and 2014. Ironically, that's the same year that we had the coldest low, or high weather, of 30 degrees in 2014. It must have snowed then. Well, yeah, it did snow in 2014 at 1 inch and a high of only 30 degrees. That was cold back in 2014 that year. And in 2018 too, just not quite, the high wasn't quite that low, being 41. Actually, that sounds kind of pleasant compared to 20 degrees, don't it? 30 degrees weather, I'm sorry. Alright, let me move on to the other maps, features, and what have you I got for you. That pretty much summarizes the basic climate summary for you. Let me show you the map before it quits on me. And I may say so. The radar, there's nothing on it. We have clear skies going on tonight. No precipitation. All of that has moved well east of us here in the West Tennessee. Let me branch this out just a little bit more, let you see how West Tennessee is in the clear of precipitation. Anywhere nearby, for that matter, north of us. A little bit of snow in upper East Tennessee around Johnson City. Let me scoot that over just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. And down just some. You can see it was raining pretty heavy over there in the Carolinas. It's about to finish going through Raleigh, North Carolina at the moment, and then moving on east. And on down into South Carolina, it's raining pretty good over in that area. And on up north, and it's actually snowing up there in parts of Pennsylvania and Maryland. And I'll bring that down for you. See, you see it just a little bit better. And you see a whole map of it here in just a minute. The radar is snowing pretty good up in Pennsylvania and New York at the moment. New York City and on up into other parts of the Northeast. It's pretty heavy, especially in central Pennsylvania, it looks like, and on up in the eastern half of New York and that area. And that's the current radar, by the way. Trying to snow still some in Ohio, looks like, up in that area, but nothing here in West Tennessee. That's done left us for the day. All the precipitation has. Only place that might be snowing just a little bit is in the mountains of northeast Tennessee, up around Johnson City and right along the North Carolina border, just a little bit. Most of it's going to be rain, though, once you cross on into North Carolina. Heavy rain there just north of Raleigh, North Carolina. They're moving into Virginia. But that's all east of us. We're okay here in West Tennessee. Alright, let me move on to the satellite picture. The skies are trying to clear, finally. I've been trying to get sunshine around here for the last, 2 or 3 days? No, I'm just kidding. A few hours. It keeps on just being cloudy. It should, if the forecast holds up, those clear skies you see there, that dark area background, there's clear skies, should be moving to our area sometime between midnight and sunrise. Around 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow morning is when it should finally clear out here in West Tennessee area. Let me look at Little Rock real quick and let you see what it looks like over there. Yep, it's clearing pretty good up in Missouri. They had a pretty good little snow up there in central Missouri around the Walla area. I have some friends who lives up in that part of the country, and they had to leave to go back home last night so they wouldn't be stuck in it driving. I think they made it all right, though. Hey, it looks pretty clear up there in St. Louis. It's cleared on out pretty good, and the clouds are moving south. And finally, we're going to get some sunshine tomorrow, it looks like. It's going to be cold, though. One of these days, we're going to have 70s and sunshine. Probably have to wait till, early April, I'm afraid. Even middle. Maybe not that long. We might get a few surprises toward the end of March if we're lucky. Sometimes you know how Mother Nature don't always cooperate with the computerized forecast. Maybe it'll tease us a little bit on the warm side for once, while it's taking jabs at us right now on the cold side. Alright, let's look at tonight's current weather map, courtesy of the Weather Channel. This is the current service map. Let me see if I can move this over so I can show it to you a little bit better. This is as of 21:12 Eastern Standard Time, because that'd be 20:12 Central Standard Time. This is the way the weather map looks like as of that time. Currently, I think, I don't want to guess what that is, Central Standard Time. I sometimes get this a little mixed up. I think we're 6 hours back from that. 21 hours is 21, 22, 23, 2 hours short of midnight. Midnight our time, which is, I don't know. I'm going to, instead of trying to sound like I don't know, which I don't, I'm going to leave it alone and we'll go on. Maybe somebody else can figure it out for it. There's a heavy snow there going on in the northeast part of the country. The Weather Channel does a good job of showing that here. I guess it shows you how fairly current it is. I think this map is 2 hours old. I think. I may be wrong. I better be quiet. There you see the rain over there in the Carolinas, thanks to those low pressure systems. A little bit of rain down in Florida as well, on down into Georgia. Heavy snow up there. There's some more snow over here in Kansas and Colorado, thanks to that low pressure system over there. A little bit of rain out there in California as well. Nothing tremendous like they've been having, though. I think they're trying to dry out there a little bit, too. Again, this is a current surface map, thanks to the Weather Channel. It's really not that bad a shape down here in our area. It's just up there in the northwest and along the eastern seaboard. Alright, now this is the surprise I wanted to show you. Well, not surprise, but something new I wanted to show you. Again, thanks to the Weather Channel. And that is tomorrow morning's forecast map. According to the Weather Channel, Monday morning's forecast map. As you can see, it's in pretty good shape nationwide almost. Still a little snow going on up in Maine and parts of the New England states thanks to that low pressure system. A little bit more along the Lake Michigan side of Michigan. If that makes any sense. And West Virginia there. It looks like a little bit of rain in northeastern Florida. Some more snow out here in Colorado and New Mexico area thanks to that low pressure there. A little bit more snow in Nevada and northern California thanks to those systems out there. Maybe a little bit of snow just north of Minnesota, North Dakota, and Canada. And that's really about it as far as the whole nation goes. That's tomorrow morning's forecast map again. Alright, let me move on to midday tomorrow. Midday tomorrow afternoon, doesn't change a whole lot. It looks like the precipitation is still snow in the northern plains states in spots and in the Great Lakes area. And still a little bit going on up in Maine. A little bit of rain down in central Florida tomorrow afternoon, midday. Maybe a little rain down in southern Texas. Still a little bit of snow out there in Colorado, New Mexico in spots. And out west as well. Alright, that's tomorrow midday's forecast map. Let's look at tomorrow night's forecast map. Monday evening for the whole U.S., thanks to the Weather Channel. And the whole nation almost precipitation free by tomorrow night. Almost. Except for a few spots in the Great Lakes in South Dakota. You see that gray line? That's a very weak cold front, basically. That's a trough, as they sometimes call it. A low-pressure frontal system that's very weak. But it can create a little precipitation sometimes. But it's not really organized with the low pressure like these are. And that's going on tomorrow night. But it's really very scattered and widespread, as you can see. The snow's almost gone by tomorrow night up in Maine. And looks like it's about going down to Florida too by tomorrow night. A little bit still down in extreme southern Texas. And it looks like the snow may have gone from Colorado and New Mexico, even though there's low pressures out there. And California looks precipitation free by tomorrow night. Really not a whole lot going on around the whole entire nation by tomorrow night. Well, alright, that's the maps forecast through tomorrow night. Let's go ahead and look at the local forecast right here in Jackson, Tennessee. The West Tennessee area. Let me get this where I can read it to you, and I might be able to try to show it to you. Tonight's forecast is pretty much over with. I tell you what, that's kind of blurry a little bit, so just to be sure, I'll just read a few days to you. That way I can get done a little quicker. Let me put my glasses on so that changes the color. I love the way that does that. Puts it back the way it's supposed to be, or whatever that's supposed to mean. Alright, today is mostly cloudy, rest of the night, that's obvious. Like I said, clearing after midnight and before sunrise, roughly around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And it should be fair all day tomorrow. Finally, gonna get some sunshine. But it's gonna be cold tomorrow morning. Remember, right now, as of 8:40 p.m., 31 degrees. By sunrise tomorrow morning, which is right around 6:30 a.m., which technically 6:24 a.m., it's going to drop on down to 17 degrees. Whew, it's going to be cold in the morning. Anyways, high tomorrow of only 33, so actually it's going to be colder tomorrow than it was today. Most of the daytime it was around 37, 38 degrees today. It's only going to be 33 tomorrow. We'll have north winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, creating wind chills down anywhere from, I'd say, mid-single digits to the mid-teens roughly. So it's going to be pretty cold all day tomorrow. So bundle up if you have to go out. North winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, like I mentioned. Sun rises at 6:24 a.m., sets tomorrow evening at 5:53 p.m. Moon rises at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, sets at 4:11 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Tuesday, fair skies, and Wednesday, mostly clear. Got 3 days in a row it's going to be fair skies, or at least mostly fair, possibly. That's nice, finally. After, 3 or 4 days of just cloudy skies, we could use a little break. Let's just warm it up a little bit. How about that? That may be coming this weekend in some forms. All right, Tuesday, low temperature near 18. High of 38, warming up a touch, if you can call 38 warming up. With west winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly clear, low of 18, high of 40, with northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. By Thursday, we're going to be back to mostly cloudy skies most of the day, but then there's an 80% chance of showers moving in by Thursday night. Low near 25, high of 46. With south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. By next Friday, mostly cloudy with another 80% chance of more showers and thunderstorms become likely by Friday afternoon and evening. Low of 41, a high of 55 with northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, next week, mostly cloudy with a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms till Saturday night, then just showers. Low of 47, high of 66. Hallelujah, almost 70 degrees by next Saturday. Whoa, finally. 66 degrees for high next Saturday. Trying to get that color a little bit better. With south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And next Sunday, fair skies, and I hope it really works out, because daylight savings time begins at 2 a.m. next Sunday or Saturday night before you go to bed. Be sure to set your clocks ahead an hour so you'll be on time Sunday morning. Fair skies with a low of 56 and a high of 63 next Sunday. And it would be nice because we'll get an extra hour of daylight next Sunday night. That would be really handy in that regard. West winds are 10 to 20 miles per hour. For example, sunrise is next Sunday at 7:13 a.m. and sets at 6:58 p.m. Almost 7 o'clock. Finally getting back to it. All right. And that's for next Sunday. Again, fair skies, hopefully. Alright, that's it for tonight. Again, cloudy skies till sometime between midnight and sunrise. Finally sunny tomorrow, but cold. Low near 17, high 33, with wind chills down in the single digits and mid-teens possibly. That's pretty doggone chilly for this time of the year. I believe spring begins on the 21st of March. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it big time. Alright, I think that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video, the maps that I showed you in the video, of course. And yes, I appreciate you watching and viewing. And let me get my camera straight here. Appreciate you watching, viewing, and subscribing. Thank you for the nice comments you leave from time to time. And again, if you'd like to pass any view reports over to me via the comment, feel free to do so. And I'll do my best to try to bring it up in my next video if you want to. Especially if you have snowfall or cold temperatures, hot temperatures, it really doesn't matter. And feel free to be sort of like a weather watcher reporter if you'd like to try that on my video. And I'll do my best to give you credit. Make sure you leave your name so I can do that if you want to do that. Otherwise, that's it for tonight. Thank you. Good night. God bless you, and hope to talk to you again tomorrow night.